Hey, what's up? This is Chosen, and this video is going to be a look at the dwarves that were released today. I'm going to go over each one of the dwarves and grade them, take a look at their skills, talk about how useful I think they are, and all of that. So let's get into it. Alrighty, so probably going to be a 2-video day because there was also some rebalancing that went on besides the dwarves, but I want a video that's dedicated to the dwarves because it is a new faction, so it's a pretty big deal. So I want, this video to be specifically about the dwarves. And I was actually at work when the patch went live. I just got home and started working on videos, but I've made sure to not look at them yet. I want to be, unbiased, kind of first reaction live on camera and kind of give my initial impressions, without having seen them prior or, heard any, opinions about them. I haven't read anything on Reddit or anything. I'm just going to kind of do a live, reaction here of what I think of them. So we'll start uncommon and talk about if these are viable at all for the early game. Okay. Nope, pretty bad. So Slicer's not really viable to build for a new player. Line Infantry is also not really viable. You're much better to go with like Sister Militant or Saurus or Outlaw Monk, stuff like that in terms of uncommons. Those are both pretty bad. So let's get into the rares. Grumbler, an A1, place a shield buff on this champion, 10% of their max. That's okay. Heal reduction as a magic affinity could be really good for the Spirit Keep. An ally protection buff on all allies for 2 turns. Okay, not bad. Get that to a 3-turn cooldown. Yeah, that's not bad for a rare. And then ally HP in dungeons by 25%. Yeah, okay. So, you got to remember these are rares. They aren't legendaries, so they're not supposed to be godly. So in terms of a rare, Grumbler's decent. He's definitely usable in the Spirit Keep and, provides a decent amount of toughness and a decent aura with 95 speed. So, yeah, I would give Grumbler like a B to a B+. Pretty useful rare. And then Beast Wrestler. Attack one enemy 2 times, place a stun. Pretty bad. Attack one enemy. Enemies killed by this cannot be revived. It's on a 4-turn cooldown. Provides no other utility. Pretty bad. Increased damage inflicted by 50% for the first hit on each enemy. That's interesting. But has no AoE. I'm going to guess Slaughter Prey hits pretty hard. But yeah, no AoE. So, and then crit rate, that's a really bad aura. So, yeah, Beast Wrestler is like a D+ or a C-. I don't see that one being very good. Honor Guard. Attack one enemy with a 50% chance of placing decreased accuracy. That's pretty meh because it also has a qualifier. Attack one enemy, 50% chance of stealing 2 random buffs. That's not bad. That's at least useful in certain situations. One enemy, man, not very much AoE out of the dwarves so far. And that's not bad. That's not a very good aura. It's only force. So yeah, like a C. Pretty meh. Master Butcher. Attacks one enemy. 30% chance to place a provoke. That's pretty meh. Place a provoke debuff on a target enemy for 2 turns. Increase crit rate and increase attack on all allies for 2 turns on a 4-turn cooldown. That's okay. When attacked, heals all allies. That's kind of cool. Get it to a 1-turn cooldown. That's interesting. Not great, but interesting. Revives a random ally when this champion is killed. That's weird. So yeah, like a C. I don't know what to think about Master Butcher. It doesn't seem super good though. Seems very kind of random and inconsistent. Bulwark. Attack one enemy 2 times. Each hit has a 15% chance of placing a weaken. Now we're talking. That's a good A1. It's a multi-hitter that places weaken. I like that. Attack one enemy with a 75 HP burn. Okay. Yeah, so Bulwark is going to be a good one. A weaken and an HP burn on a 3-turn cooldown, 2 turns. Okay, yeah. Pretty good so far. One attack has a 30% chance of extending the duration of... Wow. Yeah, okay, that's really good versus the clan boss. This is really good versus the clan boss. This is really good versus the clan boss. And all battles defense. Okay, so yeah, Bulwark is going to be a really good early to mid game introduction to doing well against the clan boss. He's void, so you don't have to worry about him being weak affinity. Places weaken, places HP burn, and extends debuffs with a defense aura in all battles. So yeah, Bulwark is good. And remember, these are rares. They're not legendaries or epics. So I'm gonna give him like a B+ or an A-. This is pretty good. For being a rare, he's a good champ to have early to mid game for the clan boss. And now we get into the epics. Grizzled Jarl. One enemy, 35% chance of placing a heal reduction. Okay, again, so very good versus the Spirit Keep. Block debuffs on all allies for a turn and increase defense on all allies. We can get this to a 3-turn cooldown. Okay, so that's not bad. That is okay. An AoE on a 4-turn cooldown. Places it. Ooh, that's good. Yeah, that's not bad. Okay. So it could be decent in the arena. For like a sustained style. Okay, so like a B. It looks okay. Not super incredible, but looks okay. Rockbreaker. Attacks one enemy, increases champion's defense by 4% each time this skill is used. That's okay. 75% chance of placing a provoke on all enemies. Places a counterattack buff on this champion. 3-turn cooldown. Okay. Interesting. 25% chance of decreasing damage inflicted on this champion. Okay, so he's going to be very defensive. Kind of slow and tanky. But again, I don't know. I don't see anything super crazy here. I'm gonna give him a C. Okay. And then the legendary Mountain King. Looks pretty cool. Okay. Attack one enemy, and that's all it is, huh? Okay, interesting. Attack one enemy, ignores 50% of the target's defense on a 5-turn cooldown. Interesting. That probably hits really hard if it's on that big of a cooldown and it ignores defense. So that'll be good in the higher you go in dungeons, but the cooldown is just too ridiculous to be viable. Yeah, I don't understand why the cooldown is so crazy on that. Attack one enemy, and then it does, pure damage. Ignore shield, ignore block damage. But again, an insane cooldown of it's a one hitter with a 5-turn cooldown. Increase this champion's attack by 20% each time this champion kills an enemy. Okay. He only does 1 hitters. Yeah, seems kind of underwhelming for a legendary. He's got good speed at 101 and a good base crit damage of 63%, but doesn't apply any debuffs or buffs for your team. Only kind of affects himself. I guess could be like a sniper in the arena because you get 2 abilities that hit pretty hard that are single target, and you can micro that and kind of burst somebody down in 2 turns, but I don't see how that's really gonna be viable. Yeah, I'm gonna give him a C-. Just doesn't, my first impression doesn't really look very good. And maybe these abilities have insane multipliers and I'm missing something, but yeah, seems kind of underwhelming if I'm just being honest. So yeah, it looks like kind of a skeleton crew right now for the Dwarves. We've only got, the 1 legendary, the 2 epics, the 5 rares, and the couple uncommons. Both the uncommons are trash. The Bulwark here is a pretty good rare. Definitely, probably the best dwarf is the Bulwark that I see here. Going to be cheap to invest in because he's a rare. and will do pretty good in the early to mid game. Clan boss can be kind of a good character to slot in there, and will be cheap as well, so I like that. The epics were, you know, okay, and the legendary is pretty underwhelming in my opinion. So interesting. Okay, that's gonna kind of do it for this video about the dwarves. Let me know what you think down in the comments, if you agree or disagree, and I'm probably gonna start you know, cracking on another video where I go over the balance discussion for all of the, you know, heroes that were kind of, you know, had their abilities changed and their balance changed. So I'm gonna start working on that. So yeah, as always, thank you for watching. Have a good rest of your day. Peace.